But speaking of Abel, so this album, for those who don't know, he has responded to criticism. I want to read out loud the tweets that he tweeted. He's responded to criticism, basically, right? Subliminally. No one's reported it as news, but it's basically breaking news if you didn't know right here, because people are fucking, I don't know why they're not reporting it as news. So he tweeted in the middle of the night. He was like, weirdo. That's one tweet. Next tweet. I love weirding you out. Next tweet. And the next tweet again. Even in the beginning, ... Don't forget it was always weird. So he's talking about even in the beginning, even in the beginning of his career. He's talking about his music. Even in the beginning, my shit was weird. So now people who are like, this album's not for me. It's too experimental. It's too weird. He's like, I'm always weirding you out, right? So he's talking to the fans. Mm-hmm. And then he says, which side of EXO history do you want to be on? Don't get left behind. Follow me into the light. If you listen to the album, towards the end, it's going into a light. Like the whole theme is like you're riding into a light. You're going into like heaven or some shit, right? Mm-hmm. And then he says, I see everything, ... Since the beginning. You're obsessing over what you hated. Enjoy where we are. Look what was given to us. He's talking to you fucking fans out there, Weeknd directly. And then he says,
those are some strong words.
Listen, then he said, I will never fall for the simple-minded traps.
He's been chilling with Jim a lot.
Yo, ever. We go forward, always. It's already tomorrow for us. I'm everywhere. I'm right beside you right now. Look to your left.
Oof. This kid really looked at.
So I feel like he's here. I should have sat in the right chair. He would have been on the left.
Feel his presence.
I feel his fucking presence. I feel like Toronto. I smell Toronto. But, and then he said, oh, if you guys don't know, you're actually witnessing a trilogy. Another trilogy. First trilogy, we had it. House of Balloons, Echoes. He gave you that with the mixtapes. So now he's saying that you're witnessing another trilogy. Now, what trilogy are we witnessing? Is this the start of another trilogy? Dawn FM? Or is After Hours, Dawn FM, a part of a trilogy, and then the next album is going to be something? Because if you listen to the album, Dawn FM, towards the middle ending, these skits and everything, specifically the end, Jim Carrey was like, you're about to experience another hour, blah, blah, blah. As if you're about to listen to another album. I'm like, what is he talking about? Like you're about to listen to like another hour of like you're going into the light. Mm-hmm. So the next album might be the light, or it might be Afterlife, because he was talking about Afterlife a lot in the album. So it might be now you're going into Afterlife. Basically, this is purgatory. So you have what is being on Earth, which is After Hours, partying, enjoying life on Earth. Then you die, right? And you're stuck in purgatory. That's Dawn FM. And then the third album, whatever it's called, which I'm assuming probably is going to come out next year, because that's how he seems to be rolling things out now on a year-to-year basis, or maybe the end of this year, right? The next album is going to be the third installment to this new trilogy.
So he says
that's what's going to happen.
Jim says in the Phantom Regret by Jim, it says
Jim Carrey.
Yeah, he goes, the middle. Oh my gosh, let me start. You're tuned to Dawn FM, the middle of nowhere on your dial. Sit back and unpack while you are here. The song's playing. My gosh, hold on. While you are here, now that all future plans have been postponed, and it's been time to look back on things you thought you owned. You remember them well? Were you high or just stoned? And how many grudges did you take to your grave? When weren't you liked or followed? How many did you behave? How did you behave? And it's dope, man. It's so poetic, and it's like he just keeps beautiful. Going, man. Were you ever here in tune with the song "Life Was Humming"? Yeah. And then it says, "If pain's living on when your body is long gone, and your phantom regret hasn't let go yet, you may not have died in the way you must. All specters are haunted by their own lack of trust. When you're all out of time, there's nothing but space, no hunting, no gathering, no nations, no race. And heaven is closer than those tears on your face. When the purple rain falls, you are bathed in its grace. Heaven's for those who let go of regret, and those who to wait here when you're not all there yet. Like those are deep
Yeah,
words,
that's deep.
man.
That's deep. He killed that shit. though.
I kind of went. I almost.
You
went the
turned
whole
into
thing.
Jim Carrey. I think that was Edwin the whole time, guys,
Oh
on
my
the Weeknd's
God.
album. It wasn't Jim
No,
Carrey.
Jim
all along.
Carrey's man.
That's probably the
my
best
idol.
like comedian actor.
Bro, in the
all
second
time.
grade, I
He's my top 5 actor of all time.
You know how in the second grade they ask your teachers ask you, hey, who's your idol? Blah, blah. I told them Jim Carrey.
Wow.
And then they asked me, oh, what's your favorite comic book? I said Spider-Man, blah, blah. But I said Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey.
And it's just because, like, bro, growing up, watching his movies, like, he'll make you laugh. Like, he would make me and my brother laugh so much. And it was just like...
The Mask.
He was something else, man. Like
everything he did. The Riddler, during Batman, he played the Riddler early on. Batman, I think Forever, Batman Returns, the old ones.
I
old
never
Batman.
liked that. I liked like Liar Liar. It's just like, bro, like those movies teach you
Something About Mary.
man.
I think it's called Something About Mary.
Yeah,
Jim Carrey is a classic
life
phenomenon.
lessons, man.
And now we have him on this Weeknd album, and now being a part of this journey and a part of this
I wish
this era. I love it.
Yeah.
And a part of this sort of like now rumors and like conspiracies. What's going on with the Weeknd album, the trilogy, and like Jim Carrey, and now he's being introduced to a younger audience. I love it because Jim Carrey. For those who don't know, if you didn't know, you unfortunately were missing out. But now, if you do know, do your research on Jim Carrey. And the Weeknd, now it taps back into the Hollywood shit that he was doing with After Hours. And now there was rumors before, and now on the new song, I think on the song with Tyler, the Creator, he mentions like, my new girl is from Hollywood, or my new girl's in a movie star. So people are like, damn, is he dating Angelina Jolie? Because it was rumored that they were hanging out.
Oh, wow.
So now he's saying my new girl's a movie star.
She's
and he's
old,
hanging
though.
out with Jim Carrey, and he's in Hollywood. And Jim Carrey was like, I can see your house from... Jim Carrey was like, I can see your house from here, from outside my house, or something. Like, when Jim Carrey steps outside on his porch or his room or whatever, like balcony, he could see the Weeknd's house.
Oh, wow.
Because that's how close they live to each other.
Wow.
And they didn't know until they like were like talking to each other and they were going to go out for lunch or something. Because this is dope. They have a dope relationship. But then what happened was Jim Carrey, I believe... called the Weeknd on his birthday, and then he took him out for breakfast. He's like, let's go out for breakfast for your birthday. And then Weeknd was like taken back. He was so shocked. He was like, this is Jim Carrey. Like, my life is amazing. Like, I love Jim Carrey. Like, we formed such a dope bond. I'm like, that's my dream right there. To fucking get a phone call from Jim Carrey and go to breakfast with him. Like, that's my life. That's what I want. One day.
Jim Carrey's an artist himself, man.
Oh, man, just fucking, I love that shit. But then him dating Angelina Jolie, like, that rumor is crazy. He is saying his new girl's a movie star. He's not with Zendaya, obviously.
You could get with someone better than Jolie, though.
But it doesn't get too much better. Let's name him.
No, come on. She still looks good. She's probably 55. Doesn't he want a kid? He doesn't have kids? Come on.
Who, Weeknd? He has 2 kids.
He has 2 kids? I don't know.
No, he doesn't have 2 kids. No, just kidding.
You see, I don't know the guy.
He has 2 nuts,
like
2 balls. He needs to bust him.
Like that.
So if he wants a movie star to bust him in, let him bust him in a movie star. But
Still,
it probably is Angelina Jolie. Who she not with Brad? They broke up. Who else?
Yeah,
You know,
someone better.
Kanye got Julia Fox already, so he can't take her. Nah, Julia Fox wasn't even that famous, but she's still a movie star, so the joke still makes sense. But then everyone else is kind of like taking in these big movie star females. So who knows, man? I think that'll be dope if it does happen. But aside from that, it's just this whole essence happening right now with Dawn FM. It's been crazy, man. I love the album.
It's euphoric.
It's very euphoric. And now,
Talk about
guys,
euphoria.
yeah, he spoke to you guys. He spoke to the fans. He basically told you guys, shut the fuck up and understand what the fuck I'm doing without saying shut the fuck up and understand what the fuck he's doing. And you know what's crazy? He said this, or he posted like a text between his manager or someone about the rollout. He was like, let's not do a rollout. People are like going through shit right now. It's a tough time. Let's just drop the album. It'll be more impactful, right? But then his sales have kind of suffered. Can you look up real quick what did After Hours sell the first week? Because of the fact that he dropped out of nowhere the album, Dawn FM, he's about to sell, I believe, 180,000 around there. 100. So he didn't even hit 200,000. They're predicting, right? We don't know until the final Wednesday date. But he didn't drop physicals and he didn't drop vinyls, nothing like he did before. I think it's all pre-order right now. He doesn't have that in hand, so no one is able to, I think, actually go and buy in stores. So a lot of his sales are suffering more than ever because it's pure streams, right? And he used to do bundles and shit. I think he didn't do that this time around, right? Because it's all last minute. But what did After Hours sell first week? Did it say the Weeknd? Oh my
445.
445.
Yeah, bro.
You look. What did Starboy sell first?
Oh no, wait. It says the week. says the Weeknd's after hour sales 445,000 first week, 272,000 pure. I don't know what that means.
No, that means like people buying CDs and shit. Pure.
Oh, okay.
See, but that's why he's suffering, because his fans. He's not suffering. He's probably always gonna do okay. But I'm talking about from a mainstream perspective, number wise. If you're looking at it objectively speaking, look at that 200 something pure. That means 200,000 plus people went out and bought that shit, the CD. They wanted to see. I bought the CD because he dropped it, I think, with his tour tickets. So I bought his CD and his tour tickets. That's what it was at that time. I remember. He ended up canceling the tour, but I bought the tickets and I still have the CD. It's still there. It's in the studio, another room. It's there.
Did you open it?
Yeah, I opened it. I have it. Why? What are you asking? You want it?
No, that's gonna be worth something in the future, man.
I doubt it. They got the CDs. You can still buy the CDs. It's still in store. The vinyls, if anything, are more limited. So that's why I got the Adele vinyl. I'm trying to start collecting vinyls, but they're a bit more expensive and they sell out because they're more limited. So that's more that rises up in price in due time. Yeah. But the Weeknd, so with After Hours, 200,000. So he sold pure without streams last album more than this album did overall. As of now, because the numbers might change, but I doubt they're gonna change much. They're not gonna. It's not gonna jump to 300,000 by Wednesday. I doubt it. You know.
How long ago was this album though?
After Hours?
Yeah.
That was 2020. 2020.
That was,
and then it rolled out into 2020. It was still the biggest album, and then it rolled down to 2021.
Yeah, I don't listen to this guy.
Yeah, you missed out. That was a major epic album. After Hours. Remember he performed at the Super Bowl?
I was watching it with you guys, and I was impressed. Crazy. Remember, you guys were like, "Oh, you're hating." I'm like, I don't know. I don't like this guy like this.
Don't kill him, EXO fans in the comments. Leave Edwin alone.
No.
He's just saying his fucking opinion. Relax, motherfuckers.
Don't kill me.
Relax, Toronto Canadians.
It's subjective.
I'm
not saying he's a bad artist. I've just never gotten into his music.
One of the best alive. One of the best ever. But so the sales shit is like, what the fuck is happening, man? This is really crazy, right? People are gonna keep sharing their opinions as this shit rolls out more actual evidence of real life sales, what's going to happen the actual first week. And then going forward, like, is the album going to even pick up steam or something like after that? But then aside from that, this is why he's tweeting this shit. Because he's saying, I see people's opinions. I see the low sales. I notice everything. I'm doing a last minute rollout, so I don't have much music videos. I only have like visuals, like visualizers ready. I did that last minute performance with Amazon. It was dope. It worked out, right? But it was kind of a bit rushed as well. You can get that energy because it wasn't promoted like in a good amount of time, in my opinion. So everything's last minute. So then he's tweeting. He never tweets like actual shit like this. He never talks about the fans. He doesn't do interviews. So now he's tweeting basically to not do the interview. And people haven't really reported, but that's what I'm talking about right now. So fans, he's talking to you. So the man is listening. It's very interesting. I find it very intriguing. I think it's dope. But it's also because of the fact that he didn't do this sort of like fucking rollout situation. Everything's last minute. So now we have to deal with him just doing the natural energy. Like, oh, okay, I'm going to tweet this. I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want because like I don't have everything prepped. It's not really planned. I just have the music and it's a good-ass album and it's cohesive and it's already planned. I have that planned. Have Jim Carrey support, everything. So that's dope. But aside from that, you got nothing else, right? So I understand it. It is what it is. I wish that he had more of a plan. But the album is amazing in my opinion. So I think with good fucking music and art, that shit lives on and that shit speaks for itself more than everything else. So please go listen to the album if you guys haven't. And if you don't like it, share your opinion below. Because the Weeknd's going to watch the comments. He's watching everything like he said. So he knows what the fuck people are talking about. Love you guys.